We're going to be like, what are you doing to it?
People are going to hate you. Any English people are going to be commenting saying this is terrible. Any American is going to be like, this is amazing.
Okay, yeah. Let me know in the comment section. 1, whereabouts in the world you're from, and 2, whether you like it or not. Let's see if we can get like some correlation. Whether do the UK guys hate it, do the UK guys love it, and do the US guys like it or not. But I think this is going to look absolutely nuts, and we're on a time scale, so we better go and fit it now. Back to the unit. With no time to waste, we headed back to the unit and started to fit the kit. Starting with that crazy front splitter. We've got all OEM fitting holes. It lines up a treat, which is rare. Matt's saying it's a race kit, so like it can be ropey.
Yeah, because you said about seeing these things.
Yeah, look, you can see them.
Because it's an ETM race car, you just that's okay.
because race car. Yeah. The splitter needs to be held to the bumper with loads of bolts. And we've also ordered some splitter struts to hold it to the bumper as well.
Oh my.
Is it carnage?
That looks mental.
Go across. Oh my god, that does not. That is just... The splitter's on and it's already looking crazy.
This is not going to make it.
If you lift it up further, I could have my dinner with that.
Oh my giddy on. That is insane. This is what it's meant to be about though. Everyone's going to cry now, aren't they? You've ruined my dream car. I've ruined mine. Next thing I'm going to put on is the side skirt. That is because the splitter and the side skirt are only fixed in one point, whereas the arches you can move around a bit. So I'm just going to put on the points which are fixed first and then build off that. This side skirt is not half-hearted.
Nice.
We're going to eat dinner off it later.
Oh wait, sad. Yeah. I'll have my rice here, my chicken here, salad here, and I've got room for dessert as well. I mean, at the moment, it looks stupid. I'm going to be honest. Do you know what? In our time, we've done some stupid stuff, but this definitely tops it.
Next up, I'm going to secure the front arch to the side skirt and the front splitter. This whole kit all bolts together from the front backwards. I actually think it has some kind of purpose with downforce, but for now, we're just roughly getting it in place. There's more stuff. There's more canards on canards. This one we have just stuck on again. Everything's stuck on. This has all got to be bolted in still. They're stuck on. Actually, it's growing on me. Front splitter will take a while to grow on me.
You could literally grow things on that.
But yeah, we're looking at a photo here of where the canards go on the front. Oh my! I'm gonna get absolutely rinsed in this video, and if I don't get rinsed, then respect to everyone who's not rinsed me who can see the finished product. But right now, it's getting very difficult to see that. Obviously with the kit as well, we're going to need wider wheels. So we've placed an order for them with hopes that they arrive before we go to SEMA. And now we've got the front arch on, we're trying to work out how the back goes as well. And there's loads more aero. What's it look like from there? Like, I actually think it's growing on there. It's growing on me. Can you see it like properly? Yeah. So we have a livery going on the car as well. I want to show you that, but wrapping is taking the time, fitting the body kit is taking the time. This livery is going to be absolutely mental. In the last video, we lined up the body kit to the car, but this time we've got to fit it for real. And what I noticed when I lined up the arch in the last video is that it fit pretty flush all the way around, apart from near the front bumper where there was a gap between the arch and the bumper. And if any wind was to get in that gap at high speeds, it wouldn't be good news for the body kit. So I'm going to drill some holes in the front arch of the body kit and then some more holes in the bumper to match. That way I should be able to get a nut and bolt through the body kit and the bumper to pull it together. On the back of the wing, I'm going to add a riv nut. This way I can screw a bolt directly into the wing. And so far, that seems to have done the trick. A lot better fitment at the minute. Now, it's about to get crazy. The actual front arch is held on pretty well apart from the top, which is what we're going to get to. The thing is, the new wheel will come to about here and sit nicely flush with the new arch. The problem is, the original arch underneath here, when the wheel sits in, if it goes up and down, it's gonna hit the original arch, which means we're gonna have to start cutting. So it's off again with the front arch. I've marked a line with my pen on the wrap on where I need to cut out, and it's quite a lot. There is no turning back now. Some of you might be asking, why didn't I do this before I wrapped the car? Well, because I'm an idiot. The front wing has well and truly sacrificed itself. I'm just sanding down where I've cut now to make sure there's no sharp edges, and then spraying a bit of etch primer on the bare metal to prevent any corrosion. And once that's done, I can refit the front arch. Right, I was going to stick this on with adhesive and everything, which is, I think, what you're supposed to do, but I've managed to get nut and bolts all the way through the inside of here and get to the other side, and that is solid. I can almost pull the car off the ramp with it, and that means I can actually unbolt it to take the bumpers off if I need to, or anything like that. We've still got a livery to go on, but the nut and bolt job definitely seems to be holding it nice and secure. So that's what the plan is for the rest of the kit, I think. Onto the rear arch, or should I do the front one?
Yeah, let's go to the rear.
Let's do the rear. Before we do the rear arch, I'm going to be fitting this part here, which is actually part of the diffuser as well. Going in.
Oh no,
Pretty good. Just like the front arch, I'm going to be adding riv nuts because I won't be able to get to the nut on the other side of the bolt on the rear bumper. Now my bolt can literally just thread into the rear bumper and hold this bit of the kit in place. I've kind of gone a bit overkill with the bolts just to make sure that this body kit is staying on when we're doing high speeds. And with that part of the kit in place, I can now line up the rear arch. This bolts into that piece at the back and also bolts into the side skirt. But just like the front arch, we need to make room for the new wheels by cutting out part of the rear quarter. I've already marked out where I need to cut. Time to mask it up and just go all in on it. Ready? This felt so wrong, but you've got to crack a few eggs to make omelettes, right? Yes! I don't know if you remember how big the disc was when I first started.
oh my days. This is worse.
Look at that! It's off-road!
Yeah! Ready for America.
Right, I'm going to smooth the edges now. And then, look, you can see this gap here. You can see this gap here between the outer skin and the inner skin. Now what normally people do is just pinch it up and get it welded, but obviously we haven't got the time, we haven't got a welder, and that gap is literally only tiny. So I'm gonna fill that with some Tiger Seal, and that'll stop the water getting inside. And everyone's gonna say, oh, that's wrong, but it's still going to do the same job, and as long as we etch primer it, it'll be fine. I'm going to smooth the edges now. You'll be pleased to know that I now have bought a welder. So potentially I could go back and weld this piece up. But as the gap's so small between the outer panel and the inner panel, I do actually think the Tiger Seal should hold up here. But I'm prepared to get roasted in the comment section. It's definitely sealed the gap. With that done, I can now loosely bolt on the rear arch and see how it fits. Before moving on to the rear spoiler. I can see 2 bolts in the middle.
There must be ones on the corners.
What's on the new one? Have a look on the new one. The rear spoiler is held in by 2 10mm bolts in the middle underneath this trim. Yeah, see what I mean? And then it simply just unclips from the roof. Yeah! Okay, so we've got to work out now how we get the OEM brake light off that and on to that. And it was pretty easy. There was only 3 Torx bolts holding the OEM brake light onto the spoiler, and we're just going to switch it over onto the new carbon fiber spoiler that we got with the body kit. And then hopefully the new spoiler just slides into place just like the OEM one did. Let's see what it looks like, because I'm not taking it off after doing all that.
Wow. It definitely sticks out further than the other one.
Fits quite good.
Yeah, the fitment's decent to be fair. That is, yeah.
That is a wing and a half. Wow.
Oh yeah, that's
It literally looks like this when I wear a hat backwards. Does it look
oh
like that?
yeah.
So, should we start with the back? Right now, the back of the car looks like this, but we need to make it look like this. To do so, we're using more wrap. So before I carry on to fit the body kit for real, I'm going to be fitting this livery to the car and then fitting the body kit over the top of it. The colour is supposed to be like the Audi colour, and it is... Oh, on camera it looks pretty much the same.
It does look the same, yeah.
It is a little bit off. I don't know what it's going to look like, but it clashes so much with this that we're only going to know when we put the whole thing together. I was a little unsure about the colour, but I was hoping once I put the badges on, it might change my mind.
I think it goes well against that.
It's meant to be salmon. No, not salmon. It's meant to be red.
That's nice. I like it.
It's red. Baz likes it, but I still wasn't convinced. Let's see what Hannah thinks.
It's like pink.
Yeah, it is pink a bit. Do you like
I
it?
like the pink.
Yeah, so Baz and Hannah like it. I think I needed to add more of the livery to see if I was convinced on it. So me and Hannah started adding the stripe which runs down the rear quarter and the bumper of the car. And in my opinion, I think it started to look a little bit better. It's coming together now. Yeah. I can see it. Yeah, it's coming together now.
I think we just have to get stuck in and then just go for it and see how it looks.
Yeah, it's... No, now I've seen that, I think it looks alright.
With the kit, it's going to look mental.
It looks quite cool.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I think it looks good. I think it's going to look good. I think it's actually going to look good. I'm excited now. I'm excited. Excited to see what the livery will look like complete. Myself and Hannah cracked on with wrapping the rest of the car. We're trying to stick with the Audi colours here, black, red and a little bit of grey. And because it's a kind of race livery, it'll be wrong not to have a race number. And that's what this little box is for here on the door. But the sides of the car were the easy part. Now it's time to move on to the hard part of the job. Okay, sides are done-ish. This bit's getting serious. Glasses just came on because the bonnet is the one thing that you can see from both sides. You can only look at one side at once, remember? So, and I've only got one chance to get this right because I've only got one bit of wrap. This is not the time to mess up. I'm using a bit of masking tape and then a pen to mark the center of the bonnet, or hood if you're American, and then run another bit of masking tape along the center of the bonnet. I've got to get this bang in the center, else it'll really do my head in when I'm looking at the car. There is no room for error now. Oh no.
Pressure makes diamonds, come on Matt.
Oh, no. I think I've just about got it in the centre. So I use the squeegee to put the stripe down, and then it's onto the two other stripes which go on the car. These ones are red. Me and Matt measured them up and laid them down. The headlights. I know a lot of you wanted me to go for the LED matrix ones. We explain why. It's expensive, it takes longer to do. So we're not going for that, but I think we can improve the look of the stock headlights, and I have got, okay, so this is PPF, tinted PPF, which will go directly on the headlight. Yeah, like that, that's it. I've never PPF'd before, but I'm gonna give it a go, and it should make these look a bit meaner, because take the chrome look away from it. Let's go. Unlike wrap, PPF is applied when it's wet, just like window tint. I wet the surface and then squeegee out all the water until it's dry beneath the PPF. I use a little bit of heat just to stick the edges down, and I think we're looking good. I think we've just got to wait for that to dry, but look at the difference between the evil eye and the non-evil eye.
That's a massive difference.
But I think we missed a trick. I think we should have done them yellow. I think we should have done yellow. Now, before we fit the body kit for good, there is one last thing I think is killing the vibe off here, and that are these green brake calipers, which go with absolutely nothing on the livery. So I'm going to remove the brake caliper on the front, and remove the brake caliper on the rear, which has the electronic handbrake attached to it as well, and start to change them into another colour. The brake calipers are off, and as it looks like it's going to be a long night, I've got my Y food at the ready. I've got to strip the calipers completely down and take off anything that I don't want paint going on. I actually painted the calipers red to start with, but they went orange, so I just resorted back to satin black. But now we're on the home straight with the RS6. Just putting the brake pads back into the calipers, and then the calipers back onto the car. Of course, we're now going to need to bleed the brakes after this as well. Although they weren't the colour I was going for, I think they're going to match perfectly with the wheel colour that we're getting later on in the video. And now we'll let Fabian put the race number on the car.
Right, peel it off. Is it straight?
Yeah, it's bang on, mate.
Oh my days, a bit of a bubble. He's absolutely just, oh my, Matt, come over here. Matt, come here.
Oh my god.
He's got acne.
Wow. What happened? What happened, Fabian?
Oh.
But now I've got to fit the rear arches for real, which means out comes the Tiger Seal to seal this thing on once and for all. Some people would use panel bond, but the Tiger Seal has a little bit of flex, which should allow a little bit of movement when the car's on the road. Hopefully it works. But it's looking pretty good. On top of the arch, there's even more aero to go on as well. I mean, I don't think you'd stand on it and make a big crunch, but...
Don't step.
That's good.
And...
Oh, God, yeah, I didn't think.
Ooh.
Oi! Slam it for certified. Yes. Boom. More aero.
No, it's all about you, isn't it?
No. Like, this
No, let me do
takes
it.
real... No.
I'm pretty good, man.
But no,
I'm good,
because if you get Tiger Seal, it goes over onto the red wrap, it's going to cause havoc.
Hold that.
No. Okay. Very small bead on this.
Just in the middle, yeah?
Yes, small. I don't want it. Do you know when I press it? I don't want it to go onto the red wrap. Like genuine. Keep going. Keep that consistency. Energy.
More energy. More energy. More energy.
Keep that consistency. I
more
like
passion.
it.
More passion. More energy. More
Don't
energy.
get too carried
Whoa,
away.
I got carried.
Oh no!
I got carried.
What is happening? Okay, you're getting a bit too... You can slow down with your trigger.
That'll be fine, that will. That'll be good.
Keep going. Yeah, slow, stop. Yes! Oh, that was good for a beginner. Did you want
We made a mistake.
Why?
We should have peeled the tape off first.
Right, this has got to be a one bang.
That's all I do. Am I doing this? You sure you don't want to do
Well,
it?
I'll put it on the tripod. We've marked out where we think this should go, but this is a double wing.
Double.
Sensational. How's it looking from underneath? Certified, I think.
Yeah.
So, double wing, and Chris is demonstrating what it actually looks like, which... I think that is absolutely havoc. Oh my god, okay. We're so close now, we're so close.